everyone's panicking about coronavirus, so they're going into Costco to. It's like someone's like, nothing like being terrified of a virus, going into a warehouse full of strangers and sharing free samples.
I know.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will
POTUS
caress
bullshit.
your deepest cochlea.
Bullshit.
This show is real, random,
Bullshit.
rant-filled, and
Watch
ruthless.
it.
Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip,
I'm Cern.
and you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Once again, or for the very first time.
Something you should not be doing for the first time is washing your fucking hands. Please do it, or else Corona will be everywhere.
It could strike. It could lurk.
So we are speaking about the coronavirus today because
What is
who's
this
not talking about it?
coronavirus you speak of?
Well, Cerny. It's also been called. Damn! This would have been a great segue. Not segue, but like, hey, okay. They actually did the research. They know it's like called COVID-19. COVID-19.
SARS-CoV-2.
Yes. So what coronavirus is a large family of viruses that causes illness range from the common cold to more severe diseases such as Middle East Respiratory Syndrome,
MERS.
severe MERS.
That was deadly back a few years ago.
Oh, right. And severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS.
SARS, yep.
So you don't want MERS, you don't want SARS.
So this one's SARS-2, actually. So
Yeah.
like a SARS-CoV.
So
Duh.
I guess this first started in China somewhere.
I think a wet market or something like that.
Yeah.
A bad or something like that, yeah.
Anyway, it's made its way, to no one's surprise, over to the States here. Some people who lead the highest title in the land claim that it's a liberal hoax to discredit their presidency.
Yes, yes.
The same people that said that
Also
canceled their fucking trip.
Yes, to Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
And-
So
and
it's
then
interesting
I
that
believe
you...
his son said that Democrats want I was going to say SARS, coronavirus to wipe out millions of people.
That the liberals want that?
Yes.
For what reason? What?
I don't know.
what's
I
the-
didn't go too far into it. I was like, okay, moving on.
So we have some actual advice, and we're going to have the Chip and Cern take, and then we also have a couple Mythbusters on here.
Okay. Now
Now,
we get into it.
yes.
So there was, since it is kind of, and it's heavy in California, no surprise. We're
yeah.
pretty close.
Especially
to,
the Bay Area.
Yeah, we're pretty close
where
to
I
China,
live.
so I'm sure there's a lot of frequenting back and forth. Also, there's ports and airports there too.
Yeah.
Cruise ports and then airport. So at my work, we've seen a huge uptick in panic buying. A lot of people are going to Costco's around and like cleaning out.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you did send me that on the Marco Polo, but we saw that going in. Like it was. You were showing me a.
I'm showing them a empty area.
aisle.
This is where all the TP and paper towels are at Costco. Like an
Oh,
entire
wow.
aisle is just nothing.
So we saw. So they said, "Hey, we think we're seeing panic buying." It was kind of one of those things, and it was like we weren't sure. It was like all of a sudden it just hit, and it was like
Right, you
it was
can't
off
prepare
the
for
hook.
it.
No, it was off the hook. We were like, "What?" We had guys calling like, "Hey, the store's not even open here in Richmond, and there's like 300 people waiting around the store to get in." We're like, "What the hell?" We're like, well, and at first because we do bread, we thought,
Yeah.
well, that's not a perishable item. That's a perishable item, so people aren't.
Right. I can't go buy 15 loaves unless I'm going to freeze them.
I guess what they were doing because
Okay.
people are calling like, we're out. We're like, pff. We go in there like, oh my god, there's nothing in here. Holy shit.
Or there's just what's the last one? Like, what's your lowest? Like, oh, dark Jewish rye or something. Like,
Double fiber is still here,
oh,
but
yeah,
everything else is
yeah.
gone.
The fucking cardboard bread is here still. Now, you're still at work, going into the office.
Yes.
Okay.
For now.
Because at my work, it was touch and go. And last week they were like, well, if you want to work from home, you can. Now it's encouraged
So
until further notice.
on top of the Costco thing, it was
Okay.
funny. I saw this kind of a statement and I was thinking about it too.
Yeah.
everyone's panicking about coronavirus, so they're going into Costco to. It's like someone's like, nothing like being terrified of a virus, going into a warehouse full of strangers and sharing free samples.
I
with
know.
them.
That's true. And I think this is another point. And obviously they're like, wash your hands. And people are like washing their hands. And it's like, we should just be doing this kind of thing all the time, right? Like this isn't that novel. And anyway, I'm working from home until indefinitely, supposedly. And
wait.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll get annoying, but people are still going to go out, so I guess they're hoarding stuff because if you get it, you're quarantined, right? So you can't leave your house for 14 days.
Yeah, that's true.
So I went because my wife was not. No one's getting spooked, and I think you and I are the same in this regard, Cerny, that it's like we're the least reactionary type people.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm like, okay, and I know I have that one pantry. I could probably feed our family for 30 to 45 days.
Yeah.
Just with all the black beans that I've bought over the years that are just in there, that aren't going bad.
Some people are acting like it's. I watch. We're watching like video or stuff, or like looking. I was like, they act like it's gonna be the zombie apocalypse. Like they gotta like board the windows up and stand on the roof with a fucking deer rifle.
So they're saying this is gonna be a pandemic, which it will affect probably 40 to 60% of everybody.
Yeah. And
obviously the symptoms are, it's not if you get it, that's a fucking death sentence.
No.
We're 30-something guys. We're relatively healthy. We don't have any diseases or anything like that. So
I saw like the mortality rate. It was like basically
it's less than 2%, right?
Yeah, and it's basically, and that's total. But it's like if you're below 50, it was like 0.1%. But if you're like 80, it was 14%. So it's
So I mean, I would probably be concerned about if I had any grandparents.
Yeah,
I'd probably be concerned. In theory, I'd be concerned for them.
We've all said in theory.
Yeah.
In theory.
And that's not wrong. Not
incorrect. It's factual.
It's not dishonest rather. And apparently there's something that kids can't get it for some reason. That's not a verified fact.
Yeah, I don't know.
So there is some advice for the public here. So what can people do? Wash your hands frequently. Now, I think people think, well, hand sanitizer is just as good, but I think that's not true. Because as a doctor explained it to me, actually rubbing your hands together with the soap and water is kind of what gets the stuff off your hands.
Okay. It's like friction?
Yeah. So alcohol-based hand rub or wash them with soap and water, 20 seconds. So they're saying maintain at least 3 feet of distance between yourself, and anyone who's coughing or sneezing. So I stocked up on yardsticks, and I'm just walking around with them.
So this says there has been children infected, including very young, but the mortality rate is extremely low.
Okay,
which is odd because usually it's like the very old and very young are usually the ones.
Yeah, usually. Avoid touching eyes, nose, and mouth. Okay. Did you see the clip that it was like some congressperson reading off what to do?
Oh, yeah.
Avoid, and then she licks her tongue and flicks the paper. Yeah. You can't fucking make that.
Oh, I know.
Practice respiratory hygiene.
And sometimes you think about it, you do it so naturally.
You don't even know that you're doing it.
No, don't touch your face, and they're like, reaching your eye.
Yeah, you're like, oh, what's in my eye? Practice respiratory hygiene. So make sure you and the people around you follow respiratory hygiene. This means covering your mouth and nose with your bent elbow when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of used tissues immediately. I'll tell you what, the handkerchief industry is going down in a bag of flames with this. Did your grandpa ever use a handkerchief? It just seemed like, let me cough into this and get germs in here and then put it back in my pocket and keep reusing the same.
Going down.
Like, man, I can never get over this cough. Well, you keep fucking sniffing the same germs that you're ridding anyway.
If you want a little investment strategy, put it in 3M because those fucking face masks are flying off the shelf.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know what's not doing so hot is the fucking stock market.
No.
But that's not Trump's fault because he'll take credit for all the good things that everyone else did. But if something bad happens,
Not as
that's Obama.
Disease,
So avoid spitting in public. Sorry.
Yep. I'm
No
broken
man,
that rule.
Copenhagen and Skull are not going to like that one too much.
They already have enough uphill battle. Come on, cut 'em a
That
break,
is
cut 'em a break.
true. That is true. So tell me, Cerny, what have you done in terms of have you changed your habits or your behavior at all to combat this?
Not too much. I don't think so. I mean,
Do you find yourself washing your hands a little better,
a
a little bit more?
a little bit better. Because before,
Okay.
I'd wash them, but I was like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
But now I kind of scrub it down. I kind of like. I just actually when I'm out in public, it's just normal behavior for me out in public. I don't like person sneeze. Here's the other thing: it's been unseasonably warm, so everything's in blossom. So people are sneezing and shit. And you're like,
no, it's allergies.
yeah.
So I did just travel via airplane to Hong Kong, and when I came, I'm kidding. That's a joke. I went to L.A.
Like, we're gonna have to quarantine ourselves. Good thing we have our Waterloos.
Run day 4 of the Chip and Cern 24-hour cast.
Just do it straight.
So I went down, and if someone was coughing on the plane, like heads were fucking on a swivel, like turning around. And it's like, oh boy. And there were some people that had masks on and stuff. But anyway,
I do feel bad if they're like Asian and they like sneeze because people are like, you're like,
everyone's-
okay, come on, can they can't sneeze?
yeah, it's like, okay, racist.
Yeah,
we
people
get
can't
it.
sneeze.
Yeah.
I mean, just because they're Asian, now they're.
So
Well, my what I think is funny is, well, I guess it's not funny, but
yeah,
when it's like clearly like the person's like Japanese and they sneeze, I'm like, okay,
it's
okay,
a different.
that's not even,
Yeah.
it's not even.
Well, Japan is a level 2 or 3 country
level
right
2
now,
or 3,
but
yeah.
yeah.
But that's not what I know. Is running through the dumb. shit's
Yeah,
mind.
their
They're
head like, oh my god,
Asian person
Patient
sneezing.
zeros?
Oh,
Patient Zero's here. Now you can't get it from what I just read on WHO.int, World Health Organization, a legitimate source. Who are you? Who? He was a pinball wizard. What other?
I don't know. Off the top of my head.
Talking about my generation.
Oh,
Go
okay.
Cerny. Eminence front.
I don't know.
It's a put on. It's a put on. That's all
I'm
I
not
know.
a huge Who fan
You're not?
myself now.
Oh man, I love the Who.
Ugh.
Anyway, it's not for everyone.
No.
Just for only who can stand it. Oof, that was bad. Apparently you.
Pun City.
I know. Apparently you can't get it if you went to the grocery store and you walked past somebody that had corona. You couldn't. It's not spread that way. But if you were looking at apples and they turned to you and they fucking sneezed in your face, that would be a fucking.
First off, even if coronavirus or not, if someone sneezes in my face, they're probably getting a right cross.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking out of your mind?
In what world is this okay?
So you're telling me I should put a pause on licking light poles and handrails? At the
Yeah.
moment? Okay.
So if you're gonna do the Christmas story thing, you don't do that. Do we want to get into
I triple dog dare you.
what? Should we get into busting some myths about coronavirus, Cerny?
Let's myth bust.
Okay. Now, the myth is cold weather can kill the new coronavirus or other diseases.
So we should go to Canada.
So yeah, or maybe take an ice bath or something is what they're saying.
Oh.
The facts are cold weather and snow cannot kill the new coronavirus because the human body temperature remains around 36.5 C to 37 C, or as we know more in
98.
Fahrenheit, 98 degrees,
96,
98.5 or something,
Yeah, something like that.
regardless of external temperature or weather. Okay?
Yeah, I hope I don't. My body doesn't drop with the.
Yeah, that would be a fucking
hypothermia.
problem. Yeah.
I'm a fucking reptile.
So taking a hot bath can prevent you from getting coronavirus. So if it's not cold, it's the hot. Okay?
I think so. Like my dad had heard that at one point. I don't know where he got it. I didn't even ask. He's like, I heard.
InfoWars.
He would. That's fighting words with his. He might punch you. He might assault you.
Uh-oh.
I think he heard like heat and alcohol kill it. And he's
Go-
like,
go
I'm
to
sitting in a sauna and getting drunk. I was
yeah.
like, oh, I might just do that anyway. Sounds
Sounds like a good idea.
Just say I'm preemptively getting my body ready.
The fact taking a hot bath does not prevent the coronavirus. For this exact same reasons as being cold. Your body is not going to heat up because that would cause some pretty big problems for your.
I think 106 is kind of the danger zone.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Fact: the new coronavirus cannot be transmitted through goods manufactured in China or any country reporting COVID-19 cases.
So remember when the Simpsons did it, like where the Okasaka flu, or they had like there's an outbreak of Okasaka flu in Japan.
Yeah.
And they were coughing in the shit, and like then they were sending the packages, and the people were opening it up, and
And then getting it.
yeah.
Well, I got something from Amazon, and they fill those little that you pop. My wife's joking. My wife said, "Don't pop those. There could be coronavirus in there because it's air from China."
Oh yeah.
People are fucking saying that on Facebook. I'm like, they should lose their Facebook and they should lose their voting rights.
So the wife here hates it, but every time she'll say something, not crazy, but I just like always say sources.
Cite your source.
So I want to know who said that.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, why do you do that? Because there's not one thing that I see. Actually, I don't even frequent Facebook too much, but not one thing that I see social media wise I ever paint as like, oh shit, that's
anything I see on Facebook, I immediately think it's bogus.
yeah.
Like that's where
it could be from the local news station. Like,
yeah,
bogus.
The new coronavirus cannot be transmitted through mosquito bites.
This is fact, right?
Yes, this is the fact. So the myth would be if a mosquito bites you, that it's summering in California from Hong Kong,
like West Nile or something.
Yeah, so that it could get you
malaria.
So you don't need to bathe yourself in DEET. Are hand dryers effective in killing the new coronavirus? No.
Oh, like the heat of it or something?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. Like, just wash your hands and dry them.
Yeah, if you're going to go that far to put your hands underneath a hand dryer, might as well just wash the fucking thing.
I don't know. People, not too sharp. Not too sharp. That's
hold on a second.
I think it's the same thing about, if I go in the sauna or I get really hot, that just like, all the pew, 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 you just hear all these pops. It's just like the coronavirus stuff's dying.
So I'm thinking, if you go to a hand dryer and don't wash your hands because you're not smart enough, maybe we don't need you.
Okay. Maybe you deserve to be.
Yeah, maybe it's natural
thinned.
selection. Maybe Darwin.
Darwinism.
Maybe the world's getting a little crowded. Maybe you can go away.
We only need the cream of the crop here.
Rises to the top.
Cream rises to the top. The hand washers rise to the top. UV lamps should not be used to sterilize hands or any other areas of the skin, as UV radiation can cause skin irritation. Hey, I got some of this plutonium from the dark web, Cerny.
Oh, man.
I'm going to rub it over myself in the shower with soap.
Do you hear about superpowers?
Yeah. Glowing like Dr. Manhattan. Okay. How effective are thermal scanners in detecting people infected with the new coronavirus?
I don't know.
They're effective in detecting people who have developed a fever, who have higher than normal body temperature because of infection with the new coronavirus. However, they cannot detect who are infected but not yet sick. So it can take between 2 and 10 days for people who are infected to become sick and develop a fever.
Wow.
Can spraying alcohol or chlorine all over your body kill the new
Oh
coronavirus? Jesus Christ. Do we really have to say this? No, it cannot. Okay. Can pets at home spread the new coronavirus? At present, there is no evidence that companion animals, such as pets, such as dogs, cats, or trouser snakes, can be affected with the new coronavirus. However, it's a good idea to wash your hand with soap and water after contact with pets. It also protects you against things like E. coli and salmonella.
No, those aren't good either.
Yeah. you don't
Actually,
want-
between E. coli poisoning
I
and
think
this
I'd rather
coronavirus,
I'd rather
I'll
be
take
sick.
corona.
Yeah, I'd rather be sick for a couple days. Do vaccines against pneumonia protect you against the new coronavirus? No.
I don't think they're trying to replicate something right now. Am I right? Don't they think they believe they have something, but they're not quite sure
Oh,
yet?
I don't know.
I mean, that's the other thing. People are like, why don't they? I've seen people, whine about, they should start firing out the antidote if they have an antidote. But the
Yeah.
cure. It's like, well, hold on a second. If the antidote kills you, then what the fuck's the
I
point?
know.
They got to test something. I mean, it killed the virus and you. But
Yeah. Well, it's what we call a double death antidote. Certainly, eating garlic help prevent you getting
vampire.
Yeah. It will ward off vampires, and your partner will not want to kiss you, or tonsil hockey. Does the new coronavirus affect older people, or are younger people also susceptible? People of all ages can be affected. Older people and people with pre-existing medical conditions such as asthma, diabetes, sorry, Wilford Brimley, heart disease appear to be more vulnerable and become severely ill. WHO advises people of all ages to take steps to protect themselves from the virus. Okay. Antibiotics will not work against viruses, only bacteria.
Yeah, it's bacteria. Viruses are their own breed.
Okay, there's no specific medicine, and that's that. Do we want to get into travel? No, we don't really need travel advice.
I did see this funny meme where they were talking because you saw Italy is basically saying no fans. So during the soccer matches right now, there's no fans that can attend. So it's going to be an empty stadium.
But they're still playing sports?
Yeah, there's still, the soccer game will still go on, but there'll be no fans in the stands.
So it'll be like a high school soccer game.
Someone's like, "Yo, Chargers been doing that for years." I was like, I was like, "Oh man,
Sick burn, sick burn.
sick burn, bro."
Now, one thing, this is going to have a pretty significant economic impact. And I don't think people are totally, if you're not going to work, hey, it's great for people like you and I who were in a privileged position,
Yes.
that we're salaried and we have the luxury to work from home.
Yeah.
What about the janitor staff? What about these kind of, restaurants? People aren't going to eat in restaurants. And these are hourly employees that, hey, Cerny, we don't need you to come in to clean the toilets because no one's in the building right now.
Yeah, I wonder.
So what's happening with that? Now, I did see Microsoft is paying all their hourly employees even while they are
Yeah, I was just gonna say
furloughed, sort of.
If they're still getting the production and the for everyone that works from home, then maybe they could just kick a little bit to the.
Well, that would be the right thing to do. But, this is
Yes.
capitalism,
Yeah, I know.
You got. Let's be honest. That's not going to happen too often. I think Microsoft is probably going to be the outlier on this.
As Karl Marx would say, the bourgeoisie will ride the working class.
Well, who can fix this for us? Bernie Sanders.
Feel the burn, baby.
Field burn. And burning genitals is not a symptom of coronavirus. I think you just might have to clap.
You might want to.
You might want to just go get that checked.
I would just go to the doctor and tell them.
Yeah.
They may point you.
Be like, I've been feeling the burn. Well, yeah, that's good. Super Tuesday was just last. No, out of my
Downstairs.
penis.
My trouser snake is feeling
My
the burn.
trouser snake he's been hissing. He's been upset with me. Oh, I know it. I know a clip is going to be on the front of this show.
Oh yeah.
Trouser snake. Do you think most people get that right away?
No, I think it kind of.
I think it takes a little bit,
like,
and
what
then
the hell's a trouser snake? I never heard. And then they're like, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
one-eyed snake's a little bit too. That's too over the head with it. Trouser snake's a little bit.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway. It's like, oh, you play any instruments? Yeah, I played the skin flute in high school. Skin flute. I want to do the jerk off noise, but I don't want to touch my face.
Oh,
Cerny, you just wiped your forehead with your hand.
It's okay. It's okay. I had garlic.
Oh, okay, good. So you're no vamps? No vamps either?
The vampires will stay away.
Man, I don't think Edward and the Twilight team would co-sign the garlic thing.
I don't think they would either. Although
So they could be carriers.
they could.
What is some crazy ass shit that you've heard about? Or
the
people
unbelievable stuff. Like, well, Dana said something like, I think was it. I saw this thing was like the Corona beer. The sales are down like 38% or something like that. Because
people actually thought it was
like it was the like. It's just like the when we went from grids to AIDS, in the
the candy.
well, yeah, but AIDS at originally was grids, gay related immune deficiency.
Oh.
That's what it was called. And then they had switched it to AIDS, autoimmune disease. So, but then there was the AIDS dietary chocolate company, and they fucking closed down because it's although it's spelled differently, it just sounds the same. So it just
What's that called?
What was that?
Where words sound the same but they're spelled differently?
I don't know. I was trying to think of my top of my head too. Phonochromatic or something like that.
Wow. Let's go with that.
Autochromatic, something like that. Probably autochromatic.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ! If you think a beer is gonna give you a fucking thing,
I'm like, oh,
I got a box of Coronas at my house actually.
I was thinking about them going on a super sale, trying to buy back the market. I'll stock up for summer.
Dude, we
could do one from the Tipsy Bartender. We'll play.
We'll have to do one of those. Pour some rum in it and put some garlic in there just for good measure. So what actions we're gonna wash our hands a little bit more.
Wash your hands. No, I'm not gonna book a cruise or anything like that anytime soon.
My wife did.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. Into April, I'm like, that's not happening, right? I was like, you should call their ass back.
You could probably reschedule it, I think.
Yeah, you should call their ass and try to negotiate with them.
So, my brother-in-law, they had a cruise booked. I think it was for April or April, same thing.
Yeah.
And they can't. Well, they tried to move it, and they said no. And then they canceled it. They said, "Well, we're going to keep $1,400." And then the very next day, they said, "Well, because of the virus, we'll letting people move." So they called back and said, "Hey, what the fuck?" And they said, "Oh no, we'll let you reschedule it." So they rescheduled it for next year.
Yeah, hopefully it's done by then.
Yeah.
And flights are getting fucking cheap. Alaskan Airlines emailed me.
No wonder it's cheap. I've never heard of the airline before.
Humming. $20 one way. $20 to $99.
What?
I'm like, holy fuck.
I'm about to start booking.
Where should we go? Spring training? Plus the heat, we can cook the Corona out of ourselves. Whilst pounding Coronas at the midget bar.
There we go. And then we'll bathe in Clorox Beach and eat garlic.
I did see someone was saying they were gargling with bleach. That's not advisable.
First off, your teeth will be white.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
that would burn. That would almost kill you, right?
Yeah, it might kill you. I don't know. The smell fucking gets me.
That's like the Tide Pod challenge.
Yeah.
That's a little bit
Again,
dumber.
Natural selection.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Well, I feel like, I guess if the odds are correct, either Cerny or I will get Corona at one point, potentially. But then
I'll come out stronger.
Who has the healthier immune system? It'll be a swing and dick battle of who's healthier. Oh yeah, I never got. There's gonna be a derogatory term come out for a Corona-ite or something. If you get it,
Croninian.
But
coin it somewhere.
Anyway, we'll have to put our stamp of approval on it. Or stamp.
So if one comes off, whoever makes it up we have to approve it.
And then we'll print shirts up.
Yep. And we'll give you a mention.
And I said at work, everyone's like, "Oh, you what?" I'm like, I was washing my hands before it was cool, before it was the thing to do.
Yeah.
I also have seen the memes that are, coronavirus, which is not, I think if it was something that was, hey, if you get this, you'll die, it's a guaranteed thing, then people would be freaking out. But coronavirus, oh my God, I'm going to start washing my hands more, going to wear a mask, do this. It's okay, well, we have this climate change coming on. It's going to destroy the planet, so we're going to have to figure a better way to get to work and stuff. You're like, no thanks.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
How much is that going to cost me to change? No.
Yeah, I'm okay. No thanks.
If it was remember Ebola? That was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Remember that was a 50% mortality rate. People were holy shit.
Because that you shit
I don't know.
yourself to death or something.
Yeah, something weird. I was
Anyway.
just that sounds terrible.
Well, we hope none of our listener, we hope our listener doesn't get Corona.
I do. But if you did, you can let us know. You can email us at chipandsearchshow@gmail.com.
Yeah, we'll have you on to talk about your experience.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Say I want to say how it went. Okay. You can reach out to us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything Chip and Cern Show. Just Google Chip and Cern Show, and you can choose your avenue to communicate with us. We are listening, and we will respond.
And if you feel so inclined, go ahead and throw us a review on iTunes.
Oh,
We
yeah.
haven't said that in a while. We haven't
Or
gotten
if
any
you
for a while.
are- if you use like Google Podcasts or something like that,
Yeah.
you can just
Just throw it on there.
honest review. Honest review.
Yeah, I mean we're not even asking for 5 stars. We'll just
No.
take something.
We'll take 1 star. It's not gonna hurt my feelings.
Yeah, they won't. Anyway, don't forget to.
I think if we got a 1 star, I'd be more thrilled than someone actually interacted. Like,
Right.
Yes.
We got a hater. Sweet. Well, until next time, don't forget to wash your hands and your dick.
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
Chip.
I'm sorry.
Cheers.